Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. I think I have to find a new way to open the show. I feel like I have been opening the show that way for years. So in the next couple of weeks, watch for something different. We have a lot to do this morning on the show. A little bit later in the program, we're going to talk about a Black Book Expo that's coming to town and an opportunity for you to not only participate, but get some signed copies of books by local authors. Also coming up in this show, it's a roast. Ed Gainey, State Representative Ed Gainey, is going to roast Bernard Alexander. You probably know him. He's the networking king, and it's all to benefit a local autism organization. But we begin with a discussion around standing firm. What does that mean and how does it affect you? Well, I'm here to tell you that my first guest, Susan Nitzberg, is going to walk us through that process. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Lynn. I'm happy to be here.
So standing firm.
Standing firm, our tagline is the business case to end partner violence. So we have a twofold mission. First is to educate employers about the financial, human, and safety costs of partner violence, or more commonly known as domestic violence, on the workplace and the workforce, and then to provide employers with tools for taking organizational action. So basically, we help companies of all shapes and sizes, whether they're for-profit, nonprofit, governmental, educational, on how to recognize, respond, and refer. Recognize, number one, that there's a business case to take action about domestic violence. It is costing employers on their bottom lines, whether they know it or not, in terms of increased healthcare costs, absenteeism, decreased productivity, and the very real threat of a workplace violent event.
I see. Let me stop you right there
Sure.
for just a second. So in a hypothetical situation, I've got a receptionist who I noticed is coming in on a semi-regular basis with a black eye, wearing glasses, covering with makeup. That should be a red flag for me as an employer?
Exactly. That is one of many red flags that we educate employers about to be on the lookout. And then we also talk about the second R, which is respond. So, okay, you understand some of the red flags. What should you do about it? Well, does the company have a policy on workplace violence? Maybe yes, maybe not. Does it address partner violence? Maybe yes, probably not. So we help them develop the policy that governs the organization. We also do training. We specialize in training managers and supervisors, HR folks, and general staff, again, on the red flags and on what to say, what not to say, what to do, and then the third R is refer. We are not expecting employers to be counselors. They're not expert at it. They don't really know how to do that. There are experts in the community. So companies, many have employee assistance programs where they can refer the employee, or community organizations such as the Women's Center and Shelter of Greater Pittsburgh, and there are shelters in all the counties surrounding Allegheny.
So the realities are, I mean, when you put it in that perspective, it really is good business, because everything from getting the most from your employees to keeping everyone safe, because if that partner comes in with a gun, it changes everything.
You're exactly right. And not only is the victim at risk, but everyone around that victim is at risk if he or she comes in with a gun. Co-workers, clients, customers, anyone around there, patients. And we know that this happens around the country frequently. We know that 1/4 of all workplace violent events are related to partner violence.
Now, I know you have an event coming up, and I want to talk about that in just a second, but I want to ask you one last question. So have we seen an increase in these incidents spilling into the workplace on any level, or are we just more aware in 2017?
Well, that's a really good question, and I'm not sure that I have the data to support an answer, but I think we are becoming much more aware. So let me just tell you that in Western Pennsylvania, when we started in 2009, we started with one member. We're a membership organization. We have grown to where we have over 370 companies in southwestern Pennsylvania that are paying attention to partner violence as a workplace issue.
Absolutely. Okay, so that now kind of leads me to, you have an event coming up.
That's correct. This is an annual event. This is the 4th year that we're doing it. It's the Stand Up Firm 2014 Awards Luncheon. And what happens at the luncheon, which is on Wednesday, November 1st at the William Penn at the Omni, we do three things primarily. We have a keynote speaker who is a survivor of partner violence, and actually her employer helped to identify that she was a victim and helped her to get out or whatever. Yeah. Right. Number two, we provide 2 awards. We have an Employer of the Year award for an employer who is taking many action steps about domestic violence in the workplace, and this year's awardee is FedEx Ground. They are doing amazing action steps on a regular basis, and it's institutionalized. It's not just a one-time thing. So we are very happy to award them the Employer of the Year award, and we have a Champion of the Year award, which is being given this year to Bruce Krause, who is the president of Pittsburgh City Council.
Okay, awesome. So the event is on that Wednesday, November 1st.
Correct.
It's a luncheon.
Correct.
How much is it, and how can folks get tickets?
So our website is the best place, which is www.standingfirmswpa.org, which stands for Southwestern Pennsylvania, the SWPA. Via our website or calling our office is also, is a number up there somewhere? Yes. Okay. And for an individual, it is $85 unless they're a premier member. If their company is a premier member, it's $75 for a seat.
Now, will there be an opportunity for companies in this area to become members that day, or there will be handout information, I'm guessing?
Absolutely. Companies in our region can become a member in this moment, right now, by going to our website. It takes about 2 minutes to become a member, and it's done with 2 or 3 clicks.
I don't want to run out of time, and we only have about 30 seconds left, but take me back a little bit. You said you've been in existence since 2009. Was there a need at that point that someone identified and said, we need to do this?
That's an excellent question. So in 30 seconds, I will tell you that in about 2008, some of the foundations in town that fund women's issues and domestic violence issues were saying, well, we have a pretty good social service safety net for victims here, but what are employers doing about this issue? And after a little bit of research, it was determined not only are they doing nothing, they think it's not their business.
Their business, right.
That is why Standing Firm was created.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us. I feel like I learned a lot today.
That
doesn't happen often. And again, give us the website again. I'm sorry.
www.standingfirmswpa.org.
For Southwestern Pennsylvania. Got it. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, as I said, we're going to talk about a Black Expo. We're going to talk about a roast. We got a lot to do this morning on the show, so don't go away when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues.